Good morning, everyone. It's me. It is January 2nd, 2026 at 8:58 a.m. I hope you're well. I slept really well last night, so that's why I'm not on the camera this morning cuz well, I slept damn good. I look like it. But when I woke up this morning, I totally remembered that I forgot something from my video yesterday. I got to start writing things down. Sorry about the noise in the background. Marvin's just rolling around having a good time on that paper bag. Brrr, rolling around. So that's what she says. So if you hear that noise, that's her in the background. But anyway, I woke up this morning and I totally forgot this part. So yesterday when I made that video, there was a part, because I remembered, we come from another bubble, which is something you just don't understand yet. Something like that, okay? I've written it below. I found the video where I first talked about this. So if you don't know, I found out about the navigator across the ice walls it was the night, so it went into midnight, so it was like after midnight March 1st, so right at the end of February, the last day of the month, and then it went into March 1st because I was after midnight, and I was ready to go to bed. Oh, hold on 1 second, I gotta get that bag. Oh, they love that paper bag, but I'll give it back to them after I'm done this. It's distracting. So anyway, that night I was about to go to bed, and I checked YouTube. Just, I still do that. Just check, see what's going on, check my comments, and I go to bed. You know all that? Now Salem's on the cat tree. So, anyway, I go scrolling through Facebook, or not fucking Facebook, YouTube. Sorry, you guys. And Marvin's right beside the computer now. Hold on. Goodness gracious, is it ever busy here this morning? So, all right. So I go to bed. I'm scrolling Facebook, doing all them. Oh my God, I said it twice. YouTube, man. You know why I'm thinking about that? Because I was thinking about going and trying sharing my content there. Yeah, on that gaming account that I have, but all my posts are always rejected because my account looks fake, for fuck's sake. So anyway, even though I have all the friends and everything like that, it just doesn't matter. I don't know. Let me try to fucking get through this. I'm sorry. So, I see this video as I'm scrolling. And what caught my attention was what was behind this fella's head, but it was like a green screen behind this fella, and this fella just probably his head, neck, and a little bit of his torso, like shoulders and all that, And I look behind him, and there's this like thing that looks like a giant cell. And that's what I said. I'm like, what is that? A giant cell? Looks like one. And so I clicked this video, and it was from a channel called Night God 333, and it happened to be this story about the navigator across the ice walls. Now, I didn't exactly know about Nos Confunden yet. Like, I spent like 4 hours, right? So I was really into this guy's channel at first because he had covered this story quite a bit. But when I was watching the videos, okay, and I was so intrigued by it, like it was like I could feel it, like there was something almost like drawing me in, not sinisterly. Like I always see like a pie on the windowsill with like, in cartoons when the smell of the pie and like Bugs Bunny will like float to the windowsill. It's kind of like that. I was drawn into it, almost like a wonderful smell. So I stayed up till 4 a.m, okay? And while I was looking into this, and I made this video, right? Eventually, this video that we're looking at now. But I made one before when I had found this, okay? So I have a playlist here called My Nos Confunden Journey about when I found it, and as things progress, this video will be added there as well as the one I made yesterday. But I put like everything that I had written, like about, wow, I made a big discovery. I don't think and feel this is just a story at all. I'm very sure I just found something huge, and it explains extraterrestrials. There is more land beyond the Antarctic ice wall. Again, this is when I just found it, and so I was opened up to this idea. Now, nothing ever had, and I didn't really realize that this was connected. Sorry, I forgot. Blah, blah, blah. So that this was connected to like the flat Earth kind of stuff, right? So, and then I had looked up extraterrestrial separately, and it means more land. And it says here, I know this is a lot, but extraterrestrial means extra land dwellers. They come from outer colonies, and some of them are like our cousins. This deals with where the breakaway civilizations went. I just sent 2 books. Oh, this is what I wrote to my friend when I found out about this. I just sent 2 books. I don't know if you can see them. I hope so. There is this map called The Map of the Universe by Nos Confunden, or it was actually called the Terra Infinita map, but I didn't know at that time. And I was like, you know what Nos Confunden means? I said, they confused us. So there I put the channel. There is a channel I found called Nos Confunden. Yeah. That's when I first found all this, okay? So right below it, I had put the video here that I got this from and I found it on. The comment's probably still there. But this is what I forgot to tell you. It says this comment, and I never forgot it. It says, very interesting. Months ago, I heard a brief interview with a man who had been out walking when he had a strange encounter with 2 beings. To sum up the interview, he said one of them was a well-built male wearing what seemed to be a more casual version of the other, who was female, wearing a dark, form-fitted jumpsuit. He stated the female seemed to be in charge, willing to answer a couple quick questions, while the male was standoffish and unfriendly. The guy who encountered them stated that they looked very much like us, with only minor differences. The man asked the female if they came from another planet. Her response, I come from another bubble, which is something you don't understand yet. That video stayed with me, and I've pondered the meaning of another bubble since. I wasn't able to come up with a suitable explanation until now. Thank you for sharing your ability to see truth crouched as fiction. So that was this comment. And I remember there was a fella that talked about like, oh shit, this my cousin used to talk about. And we all thought he was crazy. Now I gotta go find him and apologize. Seriously. But the another bubble thing stuck with me. And so what I showed you yesterday was the other bubbles in the multiverse in my video. The different spheres. Hence sphere being alliance. So, yeah, sphere is because of all of the spheres in the multiverse. It's like bubble, you know? And so if you can remember that picture, I don't know exactly what I have in here. So there's the Navigator Across the Ice Walls. That's the first book I ever got. And I remember I think I said when I got it. So I learned about this on March 1st. And I took the photo on March 9th when I got the book from Amazon. Yeah. So, and I just started like documenting it, you know? So extraterrestrials by June 7th, 2023. Extraterrestrials means extra land dwellers. They are beings, people from beyond the celestial sphere on the infinite plane. They could be from our bubble, or beyond the ice wall, or from another bubble, which is each ring in our I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about here. Maybe each ring in our bubble. And then there are other celestial spheres on the infinite plane. Each ring is covered by a dome-like energy field that acts as a barrier, so whoever is in there can't get out. There are portals and openings in these domes that naturally open at certain times of the year, and there is passage out through the ice wall that allows you to pass to the outer space outside the wall. So my thoughts and feelings on this clearly have evolved and changed over time. But the one thing that I freaking forgot was about this other bubble. And I thought I really need to put that in there, but now it's too late because I've already published the video. So I'll add this one. See, I just explained about what I had learned at that point. You know, maybe I can just put a little bit faster. See, I looked up the words extra and terrestrial separately. It means more land. And so extra land dweller. So, okay, this part I want to talk about, the flat earth being a psychological operation. I think that there's certain, like the ones, I think I explained that. So this kind of model, right? This one isn't right. And this is what most people think of. And that's what I meant by that. So they kind of make you think that it's a psychological operation and a psyop in a way where so that you don't look at it. So that you think it's so insane that you don't even look at it. And I know that that's how things affected me, okay? So, and it's true, like, since when is the government and them told the truth? Let's see. I can't even remember what's in here. Oh, there's me when I found the book. In my old apartment, there's Mimmer's little hut. Come, my good peoples, the land's beyond the ice wall. This is so funny. I was so excited. So, again, this is what we looked over yesterday, but these are just the known lands. Whereas, you know, it's like Mount Meru. So with this picture here, it shows the arrows of which direction of ascending and descending. Okay? That's what I was trying to find yesterday. Again, there's that symbol with the 4 directions. See this one? It's going this way. And this one is going this way. Ascending and descending. You see? Mm-hmm. That's what it's representing, like I showed you in the Vedic cosmology, especially with the yugas. So these ones are like from world building. Claudio didn't make those pictures, but they probably were something that inspired his creation here. He just, you know, put a lot more of his own work into it, created it in his own way, you know, as you can see. So these would be all the different little, so if this is our sphere, we would have these other little bubbles. So if they were visiting here, they could have been from the lands of Venus or over here, and this would be another bubble, which is something we just don't understand. Or it could have been a completely, I don't think I don't have that picture here. I'm going to bring it up in a second, but it does. It looks like a giant, like this would be one full bubble. Our bubble. I mean, even though we're located here, you know, this would be one giant bubble. Just let me see if I can go and find that picture for a sec. So what we just looked at with the cell map is all right, like in one of these. One bubble, one big giant bubble. But then there's these little things inside the bubble. Just like here. You see? Little things inside the big bubble. Like that. Here, 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 here. You see? Kind of like that. So that's what I was trying to get at with we come from another bubble, which is something you don't understand yet. This video here I posted on March 23rd, 2023. So yeah, I thought that, well, I was like, dang it, that I forgot. Dang it, Bobby, that I forgot this part. But now we have something to upload and talk about today. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I'm going to link the video that I did about this from yesterday or the day before, was it? And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this. Sorry, I'm just having a good stretch. And yeah, I hope that you have a good day and that you look into this a little bit further. All kinds of links and stuff are below in all of my videos in the description and the pinned comment. So I encourage you to go and check out that and discover this further. But yeah, they come from another bubble, which is something we just don't understand yet. But soon you shall. Have a good day, everybody. Take care. Thank you for watching. If you could like and support and comment on my content, I would greatly appreciate that. Okay, Happy New Year. Take care. Bye. Thanks for watching. Hi, everyone. It's me. Welcome back to this part of the video. I have one little part to go over with you. It is the afternoon now. Here comes Marvin. Just one second. Marvin jumps up just to do the horny dance right here. She's in heat. She's like up rubbing against my computer. Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway, hi. Welcome back. So it is the afternoon. It is 12:33 p.m. Still on January 2nd, 2025. Okay, so I've taken a shower, gotten dressed, and I'm just making some lunch like yesterday. And I wanted to show this part with you. So as you saw, while we were going over in the first bit, was this photograph with the multi little bubbles here with the multiverse. Okay, whoops, right here. But when I clicked on that picture, I actually opened this website up by mistake. And what it says is, does alien life, parallel universe, multiverses exist? Deep secrets of Vedic cosmological science based on ancient theory of human species, based on Srimad Bhagavad Brahma Samhita and Padma Puran. Okay? So this was something that was posted in 2015 and revised in 2017. It is a blog spot from a man or woman, I'm not sure, forgive me, I think maybe a guy called Rakesh Jamwal. Anyway, that doesn't really matter, but this is what it was, just to give credit to the author and all of that, you know what I mean? And so I looked over it and there was a connection that I made with it. So I'm going to read this part to you here. We're only going to read like a little bit of it, not the entire thing, but I will link it below so that you can read it for yourself, okay? But it says here, according to many theoretical physicists, in recent modern quantum theory era, the refined idea of multiverse structure came into picture, but first it was stuck in the mind of Hugh Everett III scientifically relative state formulation in 1957. Later, Bryce Seligman DeWitt renamed Everett's theory and introduced it to the masses with different paradigm, bringing us with the popular term many worlds interpretation, which I've covered before. According to multiverse theory, as defined in modern era, it states that our own universe is not the only one residing in the universe, but there are many more universes existing in our huge universe, which looks like a box inside and keeps on expanding infinitely, and all are parallel to each other. Just to give a little bit of commentary here, I'm pretty sure this person wrote it in English as best as they could. I don't know if it was translated or not. It may have been, but I'm just going to do my best and fix the errors if you'd noticed that I was doing that. I'm not changing anything. Um, so it says, our own universe is not the only one residing in universe. So I put in the universe. See what I'm saying? So that's all I'm doing here. I hope you don't mind that. Okay. In our huge universe, which looks like a box inside and keeps on expanding infinitely, and all are parallel to each other. These unique universes within the multiverse theory are called parallel universes. While other physicists suggest that parallel worlds interact on a quantum level, and in fact they do, the idea of parallel universes in quantum mechanics has been around since 1957 in the well-known many worlds interpretation. It states that each universe branches into a bunch of new universes every time a quantum measurement is made. All possibilities are therefore realized. But Vedic cosmology, but in Vedic cosmology of Hinduism, it has a much different definition and opinion on multiverse cosmos than modern physics as explained. In modern physics, as explained in Vishnu and Bhagavad Puran. As per the fifth canto of Srimad Bhagavad Puran, it enumerates about many universes within each universe like an eggshell surrounded by different layers of elemental matter, which is acting like a boundary between physical space and the eternal spiritual world. Within, there are countless universes clustered together, like foam on the surface of the casual ocean. All the universes are separated from each other by the shell that envelops each universe. So, just my commentary. This is why I feel like when some of these craft from other worlds come through our shell, they may not have the right energy, frequency, vibration, like the right code to get through, and maybe it messes them up, and that's why they crash, right? Like, how could they travel all across the universe and then get here, then crash? Oh, wow, well, at least it made it. It's almost like you're hoping that your car makes it to work on an empty tank of gas, you know? Doesn't make any sense to me. But anyway, let's continue. Okay. Countless oceans, all the universe separated by a shell that envelops each universe. Though each universes are clustered together, but interactions between both the universes are impossible, and physically they can never exist together, I guess. I don't know. As the connection is purely spiritual in nature, so it's non-material and etheric. So each universe is protected by an enormous shell. Hold on. I'm just going to bring up the Nos Confunden map. Just one sec. Hi again. So the shell we're talking about is right here. This boundary. Right here. Right on the outer edge of this giant map that looks like a huge cell. Okay? And cellular theory is almost like what we're talking about here. Like, you know how one cell separates into two and then those cells separate and that's how they reproduce each other, you know what I mean? Self-replicating. So it's kind of the same theory as what we're talking about here, you know, with these parallel Earths, parallel universes. So, okay, so let's just go back to the article. Okay. Each universe is protected by an enormous shell. Thus, each universe has different boundaries. And all the universes are in ball shape and surrounded by an eightfold shell. So, back here, see? They're all in little boundaries, all in their own little spheres, inside one big bubble. So these are like celestial spheres inside this gigantic celestial sphere, a bubble. Hence again, sphere being alliance, right? So again, it's connected to the many worlds theory, multiverse, and stuff like that, yeah? Okay. The region which is fall within the universe. Wait. Not sure what he means by that. The region which is fall within this universe act like a shell, and it's called the Brahmanda or Brahma egg, like the cosmic egg. This is also an esoteric thing. It actually has to do, it's in, hold on. Dang it. I didn't know I was going to have to make this connection here. I'll show you something. One sec. Hi again. So here, I found it. It is in some of these, well, I'm going to show you an example, but what I'm talking about is this. The cosmic egg theory is a mythological concept found in various cultures, symbolizing the origin of the universe from a primordial egg. It often represents the potential for creation and the emergence of life, linking to ideas of cyclical existence and the interconnectedness of all beings. Just 1 second here. The cosmic egg often represents the beginning of the universe. It is seen as the vessel containing the potential for all existence. So it's kind of like seeing things in a giant universal body. Like everything is contained in a giant body. And all these little bubbles are different cells inside this body. Okay? So it's kind of the same thing. Okay, so in Hinduism, the Hiranyagarbha Baha, or golden egg, symbolizes the universe's origin, where Brahma emerges to create the world. In Chinese mythology, Pangu hatches from an egg, separating heaven and earth after 18,000 years. So that's what I said, like the spirit world and the physical world were one at one time. It kind of suggests this in a lot of different cultures too. So the Dogon mythology, the creator god, Amma, takes the form of an egg which divides into elements representing earth, air, earth, fire, and water. See how everything's connected? So exponential symbolism. The cosmic egg represents the interconnectedness of all life and the cyclical nature of existence. It embodies the idea that everything is born from a singular source. In esoteric traditions, the cosmic egg can symbolize the journey of the soul and the unfolding of consciousness. The cosmic egg metaphor is used in contemporary spiritual discussions to illustrate personal and collective narratives. It emphasizes the importance of understanding one story within the larger context of existence. So, micro universe inside of you, macro universe outside of you. Okay? This concept explores individuals to explore their connections to themselves, others, and the universe, like how I'm connecting things together right now with you. So, in summary, the cosmic egg theory serves as a profound symbol across various traditions representing creation, potential, and interconnectedness of all beings. Now, this one. This was the one book from Helena Blavatsky. The image that I saw in my mind. But there's another book, actually, that I forgot to grab, and I know, I'll just pause it. But it's this one. Wait, I can't see myself. Can you see this? So again, this is the interconnectedness. That's the Ouroboros, the snake eating its tail, right? And these are the 5 elements. But also, it's the masculine and feminine triangle together as one, as within, so without, as above, so below. It's kind of like the great tree almost, a little bit. It's growing on a root. But that's what I saw in my head with this one. But it was actually the secret doctrine that I should have grabbed, because that whole thing is about the cyclical nature of the universe. And like I was talking about, just let me grab it here. That she took that, didn't steal it, but translated it so that the Western mind could understand, even in our language translation. You see what I'm saying? So it was something that to teach the West from the East, in my personal opinion, okay? So just give me 1 second. Let me grab that other book. Hi. So, woo, Marvin. So this book here, see? And it says, the origin and evolution of the universe explained in terms derived from Hindu concept of cyclical development. You see? Might be backwards, I apologize, but so this is it here. And again, this one's a little bit advanced even for me. Okay, oh goodness, Marvin Martian. Marvin says hi. I'm gonna see her. Marvin. You can't see. There she is. She's right there. She jumped up on the couch again. So now that we have this part, okay, I'm gonna go back over here for the Brahma egg. Okay, it contains a disc-like plane called the Bhuh Mandala that divides into an upper heavenly half and a subterranean half filled with water. So this also connects with what I was saying with the 7 going up and 7 going down, and then Middle Earth. Sorry, I have to get her down. Marv, no, not on the computer. Get 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. So as we were talking about, look, it describes the same thing that we see here. A disc-shaped plane, right? And remember, this is the known lands of Mount Meru, right? And even the Ouroboros is there. The cyclical development about like reincarnation and things, resetting and going again. Okay. Okay, that divides into an upper heavenly half and a subterranean half. And of course, it does show that here in the divine tree and then down below, right? But I'm also going to bring up an image that I have used previously. Okay. Not right now, but we will. Just remember the 7 going up and 7 going down thing, okay? So in a heavenly half and subterranean half filled with water. Bahu Mandala is further divided into a series of geographic features called Dvipas, or islands, Varshas, or regions, and oceans of different tastes. The circular island of Jambudvipa lies in the center of Bhuh Mandala with 9 Varsha subdivisions. Okay, 1 second. We're going to look at something. Okay, so now we find ourselves here on DeviantArt, and I saw this a while ago, okay? This is another version of the worlds beyond the ice wall, okay? This was published June 24th, 2023, but it goes back further, and I'll show you there's other versions of it, okay? But this is by someone called Oha Weiwei or something right here, okay? It says, explore the lore of our world in 1830 AD. So I'll leave this linked below. You can check this out, but it says, here is the final definitive version of the world beyond the ice wall map. It's been a long time coming, and it took a lot of work to get here, and I'm so glad to finally release it. The world beyond the ice wall is a collaborative world-building venture that combines interests ranging from world-building, alternate history, speculative evolution, conspiracy theories, cryptozoology, conlanging, UFOology, mythology, occultism, geopolitics, and all sorts of paranormal, esoteric topics in an attempt to flesh out a world where not only are there continents beyond the ice wall, but where every conspiracy theory is true, every cryptid, every secret society, every occult concept, all this schizo paranormal stuff your crazy uncle posts about on Facebook. All tied together in a single grand narrative that unifies the lore of UFOlogy, lost civilizations, modern myths, urban legends, and esoteric writings across the past few centuries. Okay. Basically, if you're unfamiliar with the conspiracy iceberg, we want what? Wait, hold on. What we want is to take everything from that and put it all together in one cohesive setting. And what better world to cram all of that into than one proposed by a number of flat earthers where the disc-shaped map doesn't end at the frozen wastelands of Antarctica but extends beyond to a larger disc containing many more unknown continents capable of supporting life, with yet another barrier at its end concealing an even larger realm, an order of magnitude more expansive and rich with world building continues. So all rights are reserved. The world building project and all its accompanying material, including but not limited to text, images, graphics, video, audio, video, voice, intellectual property contained herein, are the sole property of Oha Weiwei and their collaborators. But how do we know that Claudio is not one of them? And that he was chosen to release it in a more public way? How do we know? We don't. Like at first, I think it was on Reddit that it was suggested that he stole it, this idea. But he's never been stopped or sued thus far. So maybe this is what it is. He's part of this group of people. And this is where the help behind him comes from. Because they're working together on it. Which I kind of had a feeling. You know what I mean? That he wasn't alone in it. You know? But it doesn't feel sinister, I have to say. I don't know. But, okay. So this is not exactly where I was going with this. But at least we read that. Okay. Oh, there is a subreddit on Reddit. This is probably where I saw this, and we'll open it up after I'm finished with this, okay? But over here, this is what the creation was. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. Oh, okay, it's not so bad. Okay, so we zoomed in. Now, what we were reading, it talks about 9 islands. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like there to be more than 9, okay, because there's been more added to this one, right? Because like we just heard the definition of what exactly this is. And like it is kind of like a treasure map because you'll read some names and you'll go to research what that is and it leads you to other information to learn different things. Like look what happened when I found the Nos Confunden map by Claudio, right? All these different theories, cell theory, multiverse theory, cosmic egg, all this esoteric stuff. I found this book because he had posted this picture here on his Instagram. I can see how when these people, because even Corey Good in his deposition said that what he feels, okay, is that what they're doing helps people. I don't know about, okay, maybe, okay. But in my perspective, the way that I've experienced it now, I can understand it through like exactly what I've been explaining to you. How when I found the ice wall map of his, okay, which I still have up, it's right here, okay. And so just by finding this and being spiritually drawn to it, like at first, I didn't know that it had anything to do in relation with flat Earth. I just saw it and I knew that it had a spiritually powerful significance that I could feel almost like a pie on a windowsill, and I followed it, you know? And it was a treasure map that led me to learn a lot of different things, including about this Vedic cosmology. All right. So we were just reading about this and how it has these outer islands. Now there are, like I was saying, different versions of this map. Even back on this website here, it has and I've used them in some of my videos. Like, let's see, and they're all by more by Oha Weiwei. So this was the creator of this. You know, these images are widespread throughout the universe. Please don't screw up my video. Okay, so that worked. Okay, so I'm going to close this one here because I have quite a few tabs open. I don't want to stall my video. And I'm going to open this in another new image. But this one's a little bit older, but it has less islands. Ooh, Neptunian Ocean, really? Okay, so here we are. Yeah. And so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is basically, you know, it's close. Maybe they count these as a couple. I don't know. But it's basically the same concept. Okay. And then out here, we have also stuff like Odin, where there is Asgard, I believe, on. I mean, I can't get a better picture of the Nos Confunden map, but you can get where you can zoom in and see everything that's on it. I forget, like, you know, where you can look, it's very large and you can zoom in quite close and see all the names and stuff that he's put on there. But I don't know. Maybe I could find a version like that. I'm not sure. But, so yeah, like Anubis, Isis, there's those on his map. Magellan's, Nemo. I think, weren't those sailors? I'm not sure. But yeah, so there's a whole bunch. So that's the Neptunian Ocean, Altuan Ocean, Ocean of Nu. Sometimes it's called the Ocean of Mu. Oh, look, there's Atum. Like all is Atum. Okay. Uh, the Solitaire Ocean. But yeah, there's also a place on here. Sometimes it's called Pitala. So, and those were from the Vedic cosmology as well. Okay. So I'm sorry to digress so much, but I just want to show you about these different interpretations of how I'm seeing this, okay? So we're just going to finish up over here. So the heavenly half and a subterranean half filled with water. Okay, it's divided into different islands, regions, oceans, okay, what we just looked over. So it's divided in oceans, different tastes, like there's different depths. That's why they were different colors on some of the uh, images that we looked at yesterday for visual representation. There was literally, I think it was a river of syrup in all of these little rings. I mean, it's just, it's something that opens your mind to adapt to different perspectives and different interpretations. And I'm not saying that anyone is completely correct, okay, but I think that there are many pieces of all of this spread out, you know? So with 9 subdivisions. Subdivisions are known as Bharata Varsha. Okay. So, and then the mountain in the middle, which is Mount Peru, which represents the world axis and is summoned by the city of Brahma on the top. I believe that's like the where the gods live on the top of Mount Olympus. It's kind of the same concept. So the universal creator in each planets and devas every day rotate around that mountain. So like how, you know, if we go around the sun or whatever, kind of like a astrological thing where we're all moving around. Boop, 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 boop. It's kind of like that. Okay, so where was that part about the aliens? Oh, there's the many Earths. There's that photo there about the many parallel Earths, okay? Okay, whoa. Sorry. Hold on. Whoop. If we try to look deeply only for human species, what Vedic cosmology says that we are presence of 400,000 human species in existence in totality, and 8,400,000 species in any world we take birth. But thing is, we only know one kind of its human species. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out exactly where I started reading. Maybe it was down there. Again, I didn't read the entire thing. I only read certain parts. So, okay. Oh, okay. This shows that there are other human species present as well in totality, means many universes and many interdimensional worlds do present where the rest of the 399,000, okay, human species like us also living there and performing same kind of different karmas in different dimensional worlds. This is what I've been trying to explain to people. There was this part, oh, there's the 5 element structure. Okay. So, okay, if we are one kind of species, then the rest of all do present in different Earth-like structures having life forms. See, it's just not the clearest translation. It clearly suggests that there are many Earths over different divisions of time in many different universes. They might be advanced in subconscious or the technology and DNA helix structure than us, but they are too present, which we called them aliens. Okay, so when I said the DNA helix structure, I was reminded of that crop circle message or that alien message that was sent out by SETI, wasn't it? And when we were getting a message back, it literally had a little gray, and then it presented its DNA helix structure, didn't it? I'm pretty sure. That's what I saw in my head anyway. I'm pretty sure that did. So that's what it might be. But we called them aliens, but they're not. You know, like I said, there was these interdimensional species. Okay. We can't deny we are alone, but it's been explained in science as alien life or jiva do exist, but with different demography and different elemental structure. Even there is life in the sun too, but it's totally different from the 5 element structure we have in our earth. Only difference is we humans require 5 element structure for survival in a mortal world: earth, air, fire, water, aether, which has a destructible physical body in nature, but it is not the case with other lokas, other realms, where other beings live, or the aliens, jivas, or sometimes in the Muslim religion, which we're getting to, they're called jinn, live in different dimensions where mortality is not the factor, and there are many more millions of parallel Earth that do exist at a parallel time. Okay, so 400,000 different human species do present at the same time with relative time difference in different worlds, and the universe and soul do take birth in different parallel worlds and structures. So this is why we've been reincarnated in different worlds. So you could have been from these other planes or realms at one point in time. We probably were. Okay, and this is what we're remembering with our reincarnations from other worlds. Okay, but it's really like the many worlds theory, and you've gone to different dimensions, different realms, and stuff like we're talking about here. Okay. So, okay, including our own Earth as part of life and birth in the time cycle suggested in scriptures. Now, moving further, let's look and understand how the Brahmanda has been structured and divided into different spiritual realities. Okay, so if we're looking at this picture here compared to this picture here, I need to see myself. See how there's like an ocean on the bottom? This is what that dark blue part is here. The ocean on the bottom underneath. You see? So it's similar. And the sphere again. Sphere here. Here. You see? This represents the different higher dimensions, right? And this is what we're seeing in this picture here. The higher dimensions here and then down here, you see? Okay. So the Bhagavata Purana speaks about the 14 worlds, 7 going up and 7 going down. 7 higher ones and 7 lower ones. And I remember I channeled that a while ago before I even knew this was Vedic cosmology. So that's pretty cool. I have older videos in which I didn't understand it quite this way, okay? So I'm not going to say all the names of them, but Patala is there again, that one, and that's like Patala and Naraka are like the lower ones, okay? So the planes above, like the Satya Loka, is almost like the Satya Yuga, are the residences of those advanced in spiritual knowledge. All the planets are within the material world and under control of the Devi goddess Durga, like the feminine goddess, like the moon, and therefore called Devi Dahama. We humans live in Baloka, Buloka, the material world in the middle, like Middle Earth. Okay? So there's the higher abodes, the middle Earth, and then the lower realms. Just going to get rid of some of this. Just let me see if I can remember what that picture's called. Just a second. This one. So I've used this picture before many times in my videos. See, here's the higher celestial realms, the floating kingdoms and all that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. The 7 higher dimensional realms, the sun and the moon and the planets, and then Mount Meru where we all live, and then the ocean surrounding that. And there's our eggshell etherical barrier. Okay, it separates us from the lower dimensional realms and the higher dimensional realms. See, look, we have this here, okay? Looks like there's much more than here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, maybe 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, maybe so. Maybe they're added up together there. I don't know. But anyway, this was the picture that I was really looking for. And again, this is another visual representation of what we're talking about. 7 going up, 7 going down kind of thing, you see? And there's that dark ocean below, just like we saw in other interpretations, okay? So then we also have this one again. And these are the different lokas, the 7 heavens, okay, and 7 hells. Like, that was so funny. Once I was watching Game of Thrones and the guy goes, oh, 7 hells. And so this is what they're talking about. Okay? And there's that Patala Loka. Okay? And there's the great ocean. And you can't really see it as well, but there is a snake. Ananta Shisha. And there's a snake, see, holding it up at the bottom. And you see all the different planetary planes, Mercury, Venus, Saturn, things like this. Or Scorpio, there's Saturn, there's the moon, Neptune. I think this might be astrological signs a little bit too. I can't remember what this one was, and I can't see the rest of them. Maybe this one here is Leo. I don't know. But wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's 12. So it probably matches up to the zodiac and stuff. And see, I was talking about different layers and circles, right? This is Mount Meru, a known lands where we are. And then there's an ocean of ghee butter, ocean of sugarcane syrup, okay? But these things, ocean of wine, okay? So these aren't like, I think this might be different representations of the different dimensional planes. And I think that it's spread out this way as it's showing you maybe up and down. The golden land, things like this, ocean of milk. There's the earthly realm, okay? Right here, the known world and all of that. This is all of our realm, okay? So, and this is where the cosmos, like our planets and stuff, are represented around. like this Mount Meru, like the earth and blah, 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 blah. And then up here, you can see the other bubbles represented. Okay? So these are the other celestial spheres in the many worlds, right? Yeah. So this is Vedic Hindu cosmology. Okay? I couldn't remember it was called that in my last video, but yeah, so this is all representing the same things. Okay? Now, yeah, so the higher abodes, the middle abode, and then the lower realms. Okay? Let's see what else it says. Oh, okay, so there's the Satya Loga, but we're going to go down to where I connected it. So as I'm reading these, okay, there's the Jhana Loka. Jhana. And I went, where have I heard this word before? Here, look at this. Where have I heard this word jhana? Jhana. We want to get to jhana. And I was like, that is connected to the Muslim religion. Okay? Where'd it go? Ah, here we go. And I was like, where was the place Muslims go when they die? I looked it up. Jannah, I said. And again, heaven and hell. Jannah is heaven. Jannah. Okay? Now, what does this say again? Jhana Loka. I mean, there's just no H, right? And it's Jhana Loka. I bet you anything. It just reminded me. And so this is another place. Let's read what it says. This planet or plane, still above the heavenly realms, is another abode of great saints and sages. This planet is populated by mystics who move to higher planets or planes and eventually transform their subtle bodies to spiritual when the fire of devastation consumes the material planets or whatever. These residents, almost like, I guess, Armageddon in the end, the parent planet's destroyed or whatever, symbolically, or I guess, these residents can move between any planets within the material universe as mystic spacemen at speeds unthinkable to us. Well, I didn't actually read it. I should have. That's interesting, isn't it? Mystic spacemen, hey? Like, you mean the extraterrestrials and the aliens? Huh. That's interesting, isn't it? Maybe we should read some of these. What do you think? When fully purified from material desire and contamination through sacrifice, penance, and charity, one can reach the heavenly planets, and if advancing further, can pass through the higher orbits to reach Maharloka. The greatest of sages, such as Biringu Muni, live in this place. It is situated beyond the Sisumara, which is the pivotal point for the turning of the universe. Advanced yogis reach this planet and live here for, I don't even know. I seriously can't even say that number, but that's a long ass time in solar years. When the fire of devastation almost reaches this planet, the residents transport themselves to Satya Loka. Satya Yuga. Satya. Where they live further before the highest of planets is destroyed. Then they transform their subtle bodies to spiritual and enter the spiritual realms. Ooh, what a pretty place. The abode of the 33 Vedic gods located on the peak of Mount Meru. Oh, maybe that's again the 33 thing. The central mountain of the world at the height of 80,000 yojans. This loka corresponds to the concept of heaven as described in the Western sense of the term. Here, the king of the gods, Indra, rules with his brothers and companions. His entourage comprises of angels, Ganda, I don't know what that is, Asperas, Marut, Vasus, and other divine beings. Oh, look, there's the Polaris. Like how we saw in the seven root races, the pole star, polar race, pole star. See? These lokas, what's this? This planetary system corresponds to our deep space system where our solar system resides and contains 5 major planets plus the sun god. So the sun represents the divine. However, there are 2 other planets outside the solar system, including this Daruvaloka, or the pole star, and the realm of the Saptarahish, or Big Dipper. These lokas are the abodes of semi-divine beings who are 1 notch higher than humans. They assist the demigods in various ways and sometimes interact with the humans. By advancement in their service, they can become a demigod, or by indulging in enjoyment, be born as a human on the earthly realms. Okay, and again, look, there's that same circular pattern. I'm going to comprises of 7 planets, and then the mortal realm, like 7 going up and 7 going down. Again, I'm learning all of this along with everybody else. Arranged in concentric circles, like we've seen, with like the Terra Infinita map and the Owahe fella on the DB art, eh? Okay, so there's about middle planets are the modes of mortal beings like humans, animals, birds, and the lower planets or lokas as categorized as demons or nagas. Like fantasy, like creatures like that. So yeah, I don't know what that means. So about 70,000 yojans below the Earth begin the 7 lower planetary systems. These planets or locals are materially more opulent from the higher planets, hence they are known as the Bilaswarga. Wait, what did that say? These geographically lower worlds are called Atal, Vital, Sutal, Talatal, Mahatal, Rasatal, and Patal. Okay, so the Jivas, or like Jin, here enjoy a standard of material comfort even the higher planets cannot imagine because life forms here are only concerned with material enjoyment and have very low spiritual inclination. The lower worlds or universes are dark in nature, devoid of any sunshine, like inner Earth underground, right? And hence artificially lit by means of huge reflecting surfaces in the form of crystals and gems. Isn't this what they say about inner Earth? I think it is. A lot of these secret space program people do. Since time is not divided into days and nights due to no sunshine reaching these planets, they have no fear produced by time. These planets are residents. Okay, I'm not going to say those names because it's too difficult for me. It's this long video. But yeah, this is really interesting, isn't it? So okay, so as all the universes or locas are spiritually divided by different boundaries, not by physical plane that we can see in space. Yeah. Okay, wait. All residents bathe in elixirs which free them from any anxiety or physical disease, as well as any signs of physical aging. Again, this is another representative of many worlds, right? The divine creator creating many, many worlds, thinking up many, many things, like it thought up all of us. See, that's the daydreaming of the world, right? Boop, 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 boop. all these different ideas. But yeah, you guys, this was pretty cool, that I found this just by accidentally opening a website without I was going for the picture. But it's pretty neat, what one can find. See, here's the one universe, like Terra Infinita, infinite Earth, one universe. That's what I was showing you the other day in my last video with this picture here. There's that big ocean on the bottom again. Yeah. So I thought, oh, here we go. So the is covered by the 7 layers. So earth, water, fire, air, sky, the false ego, these things like this. But everything is connected to those the 5 elements, right? We were looking at that as well. But it said it was further up where it had said about these beings being of different elemental nature. We read over some of it. But that's why I kind of got excited to talk about this to begin with. But again, if you don't want to listen to me ramble on about it, you can go ahead and read it in the link below or in the description, right? Where did it say that? Well, there was a couple of good parts, but it was directly saying about the earth, air, fire, water thing. Well, I guess that's good though, right? If you wanna read this, the spaceman, that's pretty cool, right? I wish I'd have read that part, but Jana and then Jana there. It's interesting. So yeah, I just wanted to share this with you. I thought that would be certainly cool to look at. And I'd forgotten about we come from another bubble, which is something you just don't understand yet, as that person said. So yeah, the 5 elemental structure there, the DNA helix with like the crop circle message, or no, that was the message SETI set out, and then they got like a set of stuff back also with their DNA and blah blah blah. As I saw, dimensional worlds, we look deeply. Maybe I read it. Maybe that was it. I thought there was more than that, especially about this shows that the birth of a soul happens in those it's innumerable. So you reincarnate like many, many, many times, and in so many dimensions in different species, and in each of those universes manifested from him are hard to explain. So yeah, so about the divine creator and how all of these, it's just like thoughts and ideas, like all of us were a dream or a thought or an idea, right? Like our stories were written by the divine creator in this way. Like people write books today, about Helen Morris. But yeah, so locals and universes is sorry. I just want to make sure. Bah. Okay, well you can go read this all for yourself. Hopefully you can make a little bit more sense of it. I hope like that. I guess I did cover everything that I wanted to, but again, just from finding, oh my goodness, this whole hour. Again, just by finding that one little thing, it led me to so many other things, Yeah. Just that this one Terra Infinita map, and I learned so many other countless things. So I just thought I would share all this with you, and how I was putting all the connections myself together. I used this, I believe, in past videos, this exact image. So, yeah. So I hope you enjoyed that as much as I enjoyed presenting it to you. I guess this will be kind of like a part 2 of what I did yesterday. There's all the little universes up here in the other bubbles. So that is what they meant by We come from another bubble, which is something you just don't understand. Neat, huh? Uh-oh, am I frozen? Oh no! Okay. Well, before I freeze or whatever and screw up this recording, I'd like to thank you so much for sticking with me today. I hope that you enjoyed this adventure, rather, into the worlds beyond the ice wall. So, just gonna try to save this before. Oh no! Oh, good. We're still going. We're still going. I almost froze. Okay. So, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed our little adventure through all of this today, and I hope you found it beneficial and learned from it. And if you have, please note this, that I truly believe that, like I was saying, flat earth is not exactly a psychological operation. There is like a ridiculous version of it which turns a lot of people off, even myself, but it was this that was able to teach me all of these things and lead me to understanding of the dimensional realms and stuff in all the ways that I just showed you. Okay? So, yeah, it's not necessarily a psyop. I think that they say that also to keep people away from investigating it further, almost to kind of mock it and see it as this archaic ridiculousness, like caveman type of thinking. But again, I don't believe that our ancient ancestors and the peoples of the past were in any way stupid at all. And in a lot of ways, I believe that they were probably a lot smarter than we are. And they worked with nature instead of against it as we do today. Okay? So, yeah, I mean, it's not like I don't think that our accomplishments have been in any ways great, but I just think we are never the first ones to do anything. And maybe other people have done it just a bit better before us. Hey, what do you say? So great. I hope you enjoy your day, and I will see you again soon. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. If you could like and support my content again, that'd be fantastic. I greatly appreciate that. And I do appreciate all your love and support, and I will see you again next time. Take care. Bye. Mwah! See you next time.